Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Stokesy and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to win more games in Fortnite Battle Royale. We're going over some simple tips and tricks which I think everyone should know and will definitely help you win more games and improve your chances. If the video can reach 10 likes, I will get started on another tips and trick video teaching you guys how to become a better overall player in Fortnite Battle Royale. So not winning, but how to become a better player in general, to increase your overall skill, which will in turn make you a better player and will give you a much bigger chance of winning if you combine them with these tips as well. So if you want that video, remember, leave a like. If it reaches 10 likes, then I'll get started on that video. So on to the main topic. So winning games in Fortnite Battle Royale, it's not overly challenging. You just gotta be the last one standing, and these tips, these 5 different tips I'm gonna give you guys, will definitely help you guys out if you use these correctly, and if you use all of these together you'll have a much higher chance of actually winning. So the first tip I can give you guys for a fact is learn how to build. Building in Fortnite is no secret. You need to learn how to build in order to build structures, in order to actually stand the chance of winning, because you're gonna find that if you can't build, someone else can. They're going to get the jump on you straight away. They can build a way higher than you, and yeah, it's hard to play against someone who can build, especially when you see these massive build offs in the distance. You need to learn how to either counteract that or build yourself to get up higher, so you can actually have a decent chance of winning. Learning how to build, it's not that difficult. Simple 1x1 can often do the trick. Depends if you're playing squads. Often then you're going to want to build probably 3 stories high, or maybe build like a bit of a bigger base. But building is definitely important because it allows you to either take cover, to heal, to use your shields, or you can build higher and you can get the high advantage, because high advantage is definitely it's a big advantage in Fortnite Battle Royale. If you got the high advantage on someone, you've immediately got to jump on them. But just keep in mind that the higher you build, if you build more than 3 stories high in a 1x1 and they blow up the bomb and it gets destroyed, you are going to take 4 damage. So only build up to 3 stories high and leave it at that. Don't bother building up more, because if you do get shot down, then you are going to take 4 damage. So moving on to the next tip, and that is play smart. You need to learn to control yourself when you're getting into engagements. If you see an enemy off in the distance, don't just think, oh, I can run over with my blue pump shotgun and I can take them out. You need to learn how to play smart. You need to assess the situation. Watch your surroundings, because you might think that he can't see you, but in reality he could have seen you a while back and he could be trying to lure you into a trap, or he could be trying to pull you away from the other people so you can have an easy one-on-one engagement. Also, if you're playing squads, it's definitely worth communicating with your team. Another reason to play smart, communication, that comes into that. It will definitely help you out because you can give info about where you see people, about what you're doing, and overall it will definitely help you out in the long run. And also another quick tip I can give you as well, if you see a staircase is going up, if you don't know if people are actually up there or not, I wouldn't recommend shooting at them, because that could be used as bait. So you just gotta keep an eye out for different structures, and if you do see a structure like a 1x1 in a really odd, peculiar location, don't just run up to it, build around it, and just keep an eye out, because someone could be in there. So just keep an eye out for players hiding in 1x1s, or just hiding in general. But yeah, that's it for playing smart. The next tip I can give you guys, which honestly is probably another one of the big ones which I can't stress enough, which you guys need to learn, is learning the common chest spawns and the common route locations for loot. So in certain towns and certain drop-off points, so Salty Springs, Shifty Shafts, all those other places, there are going to be places where chests will often spawn. If you can learn these places where these certain chests spawn, you immediately have a much higher chance of getting a better weapon, getting shields, and getting ammunition. And this will definitely help you out in the start of your game, because you'll immediately have a much higher chance of killing opponents when you have better weaponry. But do keep in mind that a lot of people there will know the common spawns, especially if they've been playing for quite a while. So it's just prioritizing which route you're going to take to get to that chest, and if someone's nearby, then you just have to hope that you get the chest first, and if you don't, then you're going to have to either try and run away and find a weapon on the ground, or you can just hope that you actually get the weapon from the chest and you have a chance to actually take him out. as for loot locations, so not chests but just loot in general, there are some route like different like routes you can take. If you go on Google, you can find like different like route like which you can take to get like all different loot aside the game if you can't get any chests. There is one I'll put an image up on screen so you can see like a typical like route which you can take like a different like a random location to get loot. But it's definitely worth memorizing what sort of places and what sort of towns and drop off points actually have the loot wise. There are some places which I can vouch for which are better than others. For example, Haunted Hills, I go there sometimes but I don't always get the best loot, and if you drop somewhere like Shifty Shafts for example, the loot there is good, at least it is now in Season 4. Back in Season 3 it was a bit of a hit or miss place. You either get a lot of loot and you can do well, or you get very minimal loot and you have to go off and go to another town and scavenge. But it is worth learning the loot locations and which towns often have a higher chance to get decent loot. So that's another tip which I can give you guys, which you guys really should be learning, different route locations and common chest spawns. As for the next route, if you guys are interested in playing a lot slower and you just want to get the win, you don't really care for your amount of kills and you want to play a really slow game, drop in low player populated areas. This is really important because this is going to give you minimum gunfights. Oftentimes you can get 1 or 2 kills when you drop off, and you can oftentimes loot the entire town or area to yourself. But the problem with this is, the less people you see, unless you're finding like loads and loads of ammunition, you're going to have very little ammunition. Yes, you can have a lot of materials, but you also need a lot of ammunition as well. So it's very important that when you're dropping into low player populated areas, that you're either taking gunfights and you're getting your opponent's ammunition, or you just have to get really lucky and you have to just get a lot of ammo and good decent weapons to have a much better chance of actually winning the game. After the last one, I briefly mentioned this in the learning to build segment, but I can't stress enough how much make sure that you get the high ground. It is such an important part of building, like when you're having build battles, that when you get the high ground you immediately have an advantage for a short period of time. Now if you build too high and you forget where you put like floors, if someone shoots you down you can just fall straight off all the build and you can just die. But when you get the height on someone and they're building up to you and they haven't noticed that you've already got the high ground, you can just shoot them down. And oftentimes if you can build really quickly, which will always come over time, the quicker you can build the better it is, because then you can easily construct bases and you can just go straight up and you can get the high ground quicker. But as for like the high ground in general, you have much more of a tactical advantage. You can see everything, you can see where the enemies are, and overall the high ground is just better because it offers you much more advantages and disadvantages. Yes, you can get shot down easier if you're at the very tip of like the build, but oftentimes you're going to be able to get the drop on someone if they are building up to you when you've got the high ground. But yeah, that's it for the 5 tips to improve at Fortnite and to get better and to get more wins. Now, if you guys did enjoy, please remember to leave a like. I would really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It will help me out a great ton. Trying to currently reach 200 subscribers, so if we can reach that soon, that would be really good. If you have any more suggestions for videos I can make, maybe some more tips and tricks on certain things, or if you want to see any Fortnite gameplay, or if we can get 10 likes on the video, then I'll make the other video. But yeah, that's it for me guys. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, have a nice day.
Yeah, I killed a beat, never asked for forgiveness, cause to me the studio is straight business. Never play around, always going hard. Got these people in America like, oh my god, just stay there. Fucking right I did, and I got them all tripped up, cause I'm just a kid. But it doesn't even matter, cause I'm always getting ready. They can't even tell I'm 17, they just love the way I spit.